feel about the Daffy Duck one though. He's like literally. I was like, that's just disgusting.
Only kind of like there's a lot of like the same thing. Matt, I think we'll appreciate the fact that Daffy is Daffy, and he's not curmudgeonly.
Good. I don't know. I hope they change that at some point.
No.
Yes, I want the curmudgeon Daffy. I want the curmudgeon.
There's already enough Bugs antagonists. You don't need another one.
He's in the way. Don't you think he's Bugs' foil though? In a way, he's a good guy like Bugs is. And
no, he's a complete dick. Like in all those.
I know, but I'm just saying, like he's
a foil.
He's a guy who fights.
He's trying not to get shot
against hunters and stuff, but he's a foil of Bugs because he's not as charismatic. He's an asshole, and he tries to
it's
push him onto another character. That's
but there was a lot of episodes where he was just like greedy and like horrible. Like he would have like money. Like I mean, the one where they when they go on vacation, it's like their Bob Hope the vacation
the roadshow pictures.
Yeah, the road trips. Thank you. Where he would tag along with Bugs when he does the tunneling, and they would end up somewhere weird. When they ended up in like Alibaba's like cave with Aladdin's lamp, and like he was just
those
like money.
Those are great, and I think
good.
It's actually a logical progression because even when Daffy was Daffy, he had cartoons with Porky where he was ambitious, right? Trying to put one over on this, like trying to get ahead. You know what I mean? There was even one where it was like a mix of live action where Daffy quits and goes to work for another studio, and that was like old cartoon, right?
Daffy was more obviously a wild card, but I mean the fact that a really good one is when they get kind of trapped in the hotel, Daffy and Porky, because they can't pay their bill because Daffy lost all the money to he was playing craps with the black. They were black guys. It was racist playing craps with the black dudes, and he lost all his money. They're like, use the dead duck. It's like, oh Lord, like the crows.
But I'm saying it's like a logical progression because you could see the ambition in Daffy, and he's
got far too in debt over the years.
He has those episodes where he's like trying to get ahead in Hollywood, like he's dealing with studio execs and like the Scarlet Pimpernel.
Right. Well, yeah, short, that's a great
one. Where he's and then Bugs shows up. They have sort of the same kind of origin. The wacky forest creatures, essentially the same character in the beginning. And Bugs just keeps getting more and more popular. It makes perfect fucking sense that Daffy would like.
Well, Bugs became more like Groucho Marx.
Yeah, but he became more popular.
Yeah, but I mean, his personality-wise, he became less loony and more of like the guy that would just be like, oh, well, that was, I mean, he's calm, cool, collected.
All I know is I like Daffy as the foil. I liked him as a curmudgeon asshole.
Yeah.
It's fine to see him as
Daffy.
Actual Daffy Duck.
At that point, Daffy meaning crazy.
I never really thought about these characters having a character arc over a fucking series of decades. Filled with shorts, but it is actually true. They started as in one form and they have ended up in another.
Yeah.
Anyway, let us introduce ourselves. Welcome to the Garage Bar. We're a group of guys who used to hang out in a garage with a bar in it, and we talk about comics, movies, video games, politics. Those days are over now because we're all old and we've moved away. So we decided to start a podcast. The podcast doesn't have a bar, though. We do often drink. My name is Rick Roulet. I am drinking a Radler today. I have mixed Sierra Nevada Pale Ale with orange juice.
Is that like a different version of a brass monkey?
Yeah, it's called a Radler. Actually, you know what? I'm not entirely sure. There's Radlers and there's Shandies. And I think one of them specifically has to be made with lemonade, and the other one is just any kind of juice. Apple juice, orange juice.
And I'm Jake the Tea Snake. Today's Tuesday, so it's my Water Tuesdays. Good old H2O in this thermos that I'm drinking from. Fun fact about water: in some countries, less than half the population has access to clean water.
Poignant. Thanks for bringing us down.
All right, Matt. Who are you and what are you drinking?
My name is Matthew Res. I am actually drinking some whiskey today, so I have gone right past beer, straight into whiskey.
That's fine. What kind of
on
whiskey?
The rocks.
Do we depress you? Or the world is probably pretty depressing.
Yeah.
I watched the movie Stung. You remember like a couple weeks ago, it was like, hey, check it out. They've got fucking The Man Who Killed Hitler and then Bigfoot. And that led me down this spiral of like, I Killed Giants.
Crazy, like
and,
obscure movies.
Yeah, these crazy obscure movies that were like these weird fantasy things. So I watched the movie Stung, which is about giant wasps attacking.
Nice. I'll totally watch that.
It was
They murder
all
hornets?
right.
Yeah.
I can only say it was all right. Like, there were aspects of it that I enjoyed throughout, and then when it got to the end, I was like, yeah, the plot-wise, it was kind of shitty. But then there's like a reveal at the end where I was like, oh shit! So I don't want to spoil anything for you, but all I can say is there are good points and bad points. By the end, you might actually want a sequel.
Did you guys watch The Death of Stalin?
No, not yet. I really want to watch that. You know what? Fuck it. I'll probably
really good,
spend the
man.
weekend watching it. Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah, I mean, it's just in a comedic fashion shows the insanity of Stalinist Russia. You can die at any moment. Just like
just like contemporary America.
yeah.
Well, they die socially on social media.
Steve Buscemi is Khrushchev, and there's just I mean, Michael Palin from Python is in it, and it's kind of a dark comedy because it's funny, but it also takes place in a place where they're just killing everybody that says something against the state.
I'm gonna watch it.
Like,
I'm gonna
this
watch
person, it doesn't fit in this, but we need to do this. So, kill that person and put that person in prison. We'll take this person out, and then it's like, my God, dude. I mean, there was always the saying that if Hitler was up to his waist in blood, it's only because he's standing on Stalin's shoulders.
Yeah, no, Stalin definitely killed way more people than Hitler would ever have killed during his reign.
The thing is, he killed his own people, so nobody really takes it.
Point of order, sir. Hitler killed Jews who were German citizens. They were his own people.
They were, but a lot of the other Jews were from like Poland and from other territories that he invaded and conquered. So, but Joseph Stalin, like, his death toll was mostly all the Russians, like, within Russia. Like, he didn't kill people from Germany, except in World War II.
I'm curious to see who killed more people.
Should we? I don't know how much
be
time
in the
left.
Position of like excusing part of the Holocaust.
Not excusing the Holocaust.
No, part of it.
I'm not. Yeah, no, not at all. But Eddie Izzard, the comedian Eddie Izzard, had something pretty great about like death tolls, and you're like, you kill one person, they put you away. You kill 20 people, and they'll study you. You kill 6 million people, and they're like, wow, holy shit, that's amazing. You killed 6 million people. I mean, you're a monster. You're horrible. But how the fuck did you do that? Like, there must have been no. Just like murder. Like, do you have breakfast and then more murder? Like, that's crazy. Like, there's levels of just absolute. It's so awful. It just like breaks your mind. Where you're just like, holy shit! Wow, that's amazing.
Well, I was gonna ask if you guys want to play a game.
Oh yeah, totally.
So I have a game.
Yeah, I saw that. Your what is this? Nerdist Pursuit.
Yes, Nerdiest Pursuit.
Nerdist Pursuit. So this is like who did the most nerdiest thing.
Either nerdy shit you've done or nerdy shit you've seen or heard.
It's the nerdiest thing I've heard recently.
Dude, I'm illuminated. Right. I don't know.
Let me give you an example. Okay. So a long time ago, I used to listen to the Nerdist podcast. Nerdist podcast is hosted by Chris Hardwick. Chris Hardwick at some point told a story about like when he was a kid, he used to bring his Atari cartridges to school because they provided him comfort. He didn't have a console. He didn't have any way to play them. But they were like these talismans that let him know that there was like another world out there where he was accepted. And that is quite possibly the nerdiest thing I've ever heard of. But I think I may have done something nerdier this week. So I'm wondering what you guys would say about this. What is your experience?
I can't. Oh man, I really can't think of anything. I mean, it's all just kind of average nerdy.
Yeah, this would be something I'd have to think about. I know I've been in plenty of nerdy situations.
I put this on the Google Doc days ago.
I know, but it was on the second page. I was only reading the first page this whole time.
Fucking Christ, man! What kind of excuse is that? We're talking about a bulleted list. It's not paragraphs of text. It's a fucking bullet point, then a word, then you jump down to the next line, another bullet, and then maybe a sentence, maybe another word, and you jump down to the next line. How the fuck do you not get down to the second page? And it's a Google Doc. Doesn't it just scroll straight through? What kind of fucking excuse is that?
Yeah, I'd have to think about this because There's plenty of nerdy things that I've heard in my conversations with Matt and Tommy, but
Right?
Tell me, because I can't think of any.
yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that one. I think the nerdiest thing I've ever done is be in an anime class in college. Literally displaying my nerdiness around everyone else who's also displaying their nerdiness factor.
You know what? That's a good one. Like, because I have had friends who are anime fans who are taking like regular English classes or regular other sorts of classes, and they have, you know, when given an assignment, chosen to write about anime.
Yeah.
Right. And that would probably be one of the nerdiest things I've ever heard of. It would actually be the nerdiest thing I've ever done until this week. Matt, did you write about Batman in your freshman English class?
No. I mean, as a kid, I planned out actually being a superhero. Is that pretty nerdy?
That's pretty nerdy. But I think we've done that. Like, you, me, and at least had conversations about the real-life superhero movement.
Yeah, right.
There was an article in Rolling Stone and shit like that.
Right. I mean, my life is just a mishmash of nerdy nonsense, but I can't even pinpoint anything where I was just like, well, I'd gone too far.
So what I'm hearing is, Matt, you're like a fish who can't see the water.
Exactly. I wish we could find this forest. These fucking trees are in the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to spend a couple of days thinking about this. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, honestly, or anything I've heard. I know there's plenty of stuff that I've heard. I just can't. I'm not good at being put on the spot.
All right. Well, so what do we have so far? Fucking writing a paper about anime in a college course that didn't ask you about anime, taking a fucking college course about anime, going to Comic-Con and bringing...
How many times did you go to Comic-Con, Matt?
We used to go back in the day. I don't even remember, but we used to go every year when you would just go to the door and go in. That was...
Okay. Then there you go.
Although, still I think other people at Comic-Con had you beat because cosplayers.
Yeah. I have Grant Morrison's name tattooed on my arm.
Oh yeah, you have nerdy tattoos.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, my whole life, yeah. I literally wear it on my sleeve.
You have a Green Lantern tattoo on your ring finger.
Don't you have the Joker on your deltoid?
I have a Legion ring on my arm.
Yeah. All right, I think Matt won.
So, comic tattoos.
I'm going to die with these. My corpse will rot and they'll be like...
Maybe. So here's what I have been engaging in. I have been watching the new version of DuckTales.
The new batch.
Up until the latest episodes that were released on iTunes. I've only been consuming it through iTunes. What I wanted to do was rewatch the whole series so far. And so I started that. And then I got to the season finale of season 2, which is a finale like that culminates the storyline leading up from the first 2 seasons. And I realized, like, I don't remember all of the shit that led up to this. I need to do this in a way that mimics my experience as a kid. And so what I've done...
Put on your childhood clothes.
I have created a chart where I watch the first 7 episodes, and then I start interjecting reruns myself. I've planned my own reruns. I've used it with some, with like dice to sort of, but I've also combined that with...
You use dice as
I use dice.
You're
so
pollinating nerdness.
My reasoning was like, okay, so you watch a full week of episodes, assuming you watch 1 episode a day, and then you need a random episode from the previous week, right? So it can't be episode 1, and it can't be episodes 6 and 7, because I just saw those. So you have to, I got really, really deep into it. And so I picked, first I was going to watch episode 3 as a rerun, and then I listed, episodes 2, 4, 7, 5, 6, whatever. And then I did the dice thing. And so then I started alternating reruns and new episodes. And I created a whole playlist.
That's pretty fucking nerdy. I think I'm gonna steal your lunch money.
I don't know, man. You got tattoos that are gonna be on your body for the rest of your life.
I have a Mr. Miracle tattoo.
I play fantasy football religiously. Does that make me nerdy or just a douchebag?
That makes you a douchebag.
I don't know. I don't know where
I know
that
some
My
Some
running
running
back
players.
has 3 hit points.